music. He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. This is my review for I said real as if I had a W in it. Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 3, episode 4. It is 3:30 in the morning, but it's cool because this is my last review of the night, and that bitch gonna go to bed. So the lipstick of tonight is, of course, my favorite. It is Fenty Beauty, which is the Rihanna brand. You can get it from Sephora, from Fenty Beauty website, basically anywhere. If you Google Fenty Beauty, you can get it from wherever you get it from. New nail polish as well. Y'all know it is the Sally Hansen gel polish because y'all know I do my own nails. This is Slater Girl. It's a grayish color. I like it. You know, it's really pretty. It's the first time I've worn this kind of color. I'm usually a really bright red, pink, blue, purple girl, but you know what I'm saying, it is what it is. So this episode, it was good. A little conflict resolution going on between the ladies. You know, it starts off with Candace and her husband. Candace and her, I don't know if it's because Candace, I don't know if I like Candace for the show. I mean, it's just something that I'm like, I don't know if it's that she's sharing too much. If I feel like does she have anything else going on? Is her whole life going to be this husband who comes from, you know, a lesser environment than her? We see that because she brings up how, you know, they in this house, they're living together and everything, because they're engaged. She says her mom is there about once a month. Her mother has the complete, like, top level of the house. I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? She has like a whole floor in this house because her mother bought the house together. Like, her mother pays half the mortgage, and then Candace and her fiance pays the other half. But I'm wondering, like, why your mama paying half the... Okay. You know, I just feel like if you and your mom bought a house and you were younger, okay, I get that. But once a man move in there and he's living there, like he's using up the water, the heat, the light, the gas, you know what I'm saying? He going to the bathroom, taking showers, brushing your teeth, all these things, you know what I'm saying? And you sleeping with this man in the same bedroom. Your mama shouldn't be paying no bill in that house, honey. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if you, I've said it before, if you cannot afford to live in a place on your own, if you need someone else to be able to afford to keep the cost up of that home, you don't need to live there. So, girl, I'm like, your mama and you pay the bills? Okay, girl. I'm gonna say nothing else about that. So her mom's there at this particular time, you know what I'm saying? We see the man is in there cooking. What's his name? Michael? No, Chris. Chris is in there cooking. Chris does seem like he got a little bit of black in him, even though he's a white dude. You know what I'm saying? He clearly grew up around black people. This even the way he talks, it's like, I'm like, okay, he got some, you know what I'm saying? He got some urbanness in him. That's a cool thing. So her mom is there. Her mom was saying how, you know, I've seen weddings, and, you know, some of the other weddings, the mom walked the daughter down the aisle instead of the dad. So I was thinking, maybe I can walk you down the aisle. Her mama do seem very much involved in her life. But I think it's something that it's because she has been financially dependent on her mama. So her mom has always been involved in whatever she got going on. You know what I'm saying? When somebody's paying the cost for you to be the boss, they technically the boss. So whatever they want, you have to kind of accommodate them. You know, she brings up how, you know, I think, Mom, you're a little bossy. You know, you're always involved in things. And her mom says, yes, I am always involved. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like I'm just a mother giving her daughter advice and, you know, doing things or whatever. I think there is a limit to that, but I feel like it's all because her mother is her financer. Whatever she needs, her mama pays for, or her mama helps her pay for. Her mom helped her get a house. Maybe her mom helped her get a fiance. I don't know, but at some point you got to cut the umbilical cord, girl. Let it go. So we do later see that her and her sister, who's 21, I guess is her younger sister, who are meeting up because they have started a hair company together. So you have a hair weave company. Okay. Black woman in Potomac wear weave, as we see. Hopefully it's a good quality weave. And because I know season 1 they had some bad weaves, but I was not weirded out, but I thought it was weird when Candace said that she wanted to open a storefront for the weave. If you just starting out, I don't know if the smart thing to do is to open up a weave store. Like, maybe, see if you can sell it to people first. See if people want it, because when you don't want to go spending money on a storefront when you ain't selling no hair. Okay? Like, it's a good quality hair. Like, is it? Like, how does it really work or whatever? So, but her sister has a store. She was saying her mom, built herself up to be the person she is now to be successful. So, she wants her mom to kind of see them as successful women as well. Good thing to do. Monique is up at the house acting busy again. It's supposed the day after their party with Chris or whatever. She's like, oh, I'm so busy. You know what I'm saying? I feel, this is my personal opinion, like I said it before, I feel like Monique is too rich to be claiming that she's too busy and she needs a break. You not, girl. You are rich as you could proclaim to be. Okay? You make it known that you are financially good all the way around. And I feel like because you are financially good all the way around, you can't be having these, oh my God, I'm so busy, I just need a break. Oh, my kid's not in school, I don't have a nanny. Welcome to real life issues, honey. Welcome to being a mother and a wife and a working woman. You complaining when you have the means to not have those issues. You know how many women don't have the option to be waiting to find the right nanny? They just can't afford one. You can afford a nanny, an assistant, a cook, a chef, a housekeeper. You can afford all these things, mama. So I feel like, again, Monique has too much money to have these issues. I'm so busy working and doing all these charity things. You stretching yourself thin. You keeping yourself busy. That's what you're doing. We find out the reason later. But again, you can't be up here acting like you have no help and you have no choice but to be this busy. But will just women of America who could be looking at the show can be like, girl, I wish I could, just hire a nanny. I wish my job was finding charitable places. Like, I wish I did not have to work. I chose to. I would, you know what I'm saying? You need to just count your blessings, boo-boo, count your blessings. So we see her talking to her family a little bit, just saying how she was aggravated with Robyn, who was insinuating that she hired someone to run a fan page to post about her. I think this issue is stupid, petty, and childish. I don't really care. She said how she just don't want she don't know why people would think she would waste her money on that. Girl, I don't care. Do I think Monique hired somebody to run a page? It's possible. We know plenty of people who are famous or want to be famous or infamous or whatever. They are new reality stars where they do pay people to run pages and channels or whatever for them. It's not surprising. Sometimes when you are a popular person, people do want to make celebrity pages, and they do reach out to that celebrity and say, hey, I want to have a fan page, saying, do I have your permission to do it and run it and do whatever, on behalf of you or of some sort? And people say, yes. I don't think that's anything new. So, she acting as if, I don't know. I think Monique and Robyn both are over-exaggerating for this whole thing. We then see Robyn and Gizelle meeting up. And Robyn saying how, she just felt like before, her and Monique had made up. But she found it weird that if her and Robyn had made up, if her and Monique had made up, why would she then be having things on social media with her face cracking jokes? Robyn, girl, and it's a goddamn meme. It's a meme, girl. It's literally a freaking meme. Move the fuck on. It's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? And Gizelle saying, she just wish all the ladies can get along. Honey, I do too. So, we see Gizelle writing a book. I think the book, is it out yet? I don't know. Anywho, she's writing a book about her life. We know that she was married to that man who was a pastor, and he was cheating with all the congregation people. He was on all kind of things that was not pastor-like, and it was a divorce. It was messy. And she said, you know, when it first happened, she was not in a space to write about it. People was reaching out to her, wanted to get her story, find out what was going on. And she's like, I just was not in the space to do that. However, I am now. My kids are a little bit older. I'm in a stable, happy relationship. And so it was that I'm at a place now where I can tell my story and let it be what it's going to be. You know, she does say how it's going to be loosely based on her life, fiction-ish. And that it's not gonna be fiction. She gonna probably just change some things around so people can't know who's who. But she said she wants people to know that the book would not like jeopardize or talk about or be disrespectful in any way. It basically would not hurt her kid's dad, her ex-husband, which I think is, you know, it's a good thing to do. You know, your kids are older now. You know what I'm saying? They gonna end up reading this book, and you probably would not want them to see you put anything in that book against their dad. I mean, when the dad was out here just fucking and sucking and doing whatever people, he had to eat, you know what I'm saying? That's the bed he had to lay in that he made. But, you know, so I don't know. I don't think I would read the book simply because I don't want to. Anywho, so but she said how, you know, it's just her trying to tell a story. Ashley seeing a therapist. Ashley is saying how Michael is just not happy with how much she helps her mom. He wants her to completely cut her mother off, and kind of just says if she doesn't, their marriage will end. And it's, you know, that's a tense part of their marriage, her mama. I'm weirded out by that simply because you want her to tell her mother to leave this man alone, and if she does not do that, then she lose you. Whereas she feel like she can't tell her mama that because she might then lose her mama. But I don't like ultimatums. I don't. I think there are other ways to handle things in a marriage besides giving someone an ultimatum. You knew already Ashley was gonna want to help her mama. You seen how y'all been together for a minute. You see how much she do for her mama. I think you thinking that she gonna cut her mama off is stupid. It is. And I don't feel like Ashley should cut her mama off because that's her mama. And if push comes to shove and her and that man don't be together no more, she will always have her mother. And there comes a point in life when you sometimes do have to put your husband above your family because that's your new family. However, I don't think I can ever get to a point to where I'm with a person who I would expect him to give me that kind of ultimatum. I would not want to be with a man who will be willing to say to me, either cut your mama off or we get divorced because I'm tired of us financially helping her. I would hope I would marry someone who would understand the bond I have with my mom and know ain't shit gonna come between me and my mother. At the end of the day, she is all that I have. You know what I'm saying? I would want to marry someone who is aware of that. And when an issue arises that he feels like mama ain't doing what she's supposed to do and we shelling out all this money and it's to help a man that ain't even doing right, he would have another solution besides you need to cut her off. You know what I'm saying? I would not want that to be the solution. I just would not want that to be my solution. That's my mama, man. That's my mother. So, you know, in her therapy, she said how, you know, when she was younger, her dad left when she was, her dad moved out when she was 1. Her mother, at one point, when she was like 5, that her mother left her with her grandparents for about a year. And in that year, she was living with some man. She had some boyfriend. She was at her mom, you know, been with that man for 15 years. The man don't work. You know, they have a child together, so she's her little sister. And, you know, it's just been 15 years of all this bullshit of her mother with these people. And she said, I guess her mother make bad man choices. And we all know people who are bad pickers or whatever. Her mama seems to be one in Ashley's eyes. And, you know what I'm saying? She's like, her mom don't make enough money to support herself, the daughter, and the no good dude who she with. Her mom date jerks. these are all the issues that she's having with her mother. But I feel like because of those issues with her mother, because of the issues with Michael, because Michael's saying, so this is ultimatum, do this or else. Because her mom is with a man that ain't helping her, and she feel like her mom is staying with him because they have a daughter. That's what she's doing. That's why she has those issues with Robyn. She thinks Robyn is her mother in one way or the other, and she feels like Robyn is only with Juan for the kids, and she don't need to do that. But my thing is, Ashley need to grow the fuck up and realize you can't take out your frustrations on other people because you can't talk to your mama. So because Ashley can't talk to her mom the way she wants to, she goes after Robyn and Robyn's situation. When in hindsight, Robyn's situation, her mom's situations are kind of different. The only thing that's the same is Juan and done some fucked up things, and Robyn's still there. I think the only difference is Robyn is aware of Juan's faults. Robyn has accepted them, has forgave them, and they're moving on. And it looks from the outside looking out, currently, Robyn and Juan are both trying to make it work. I don't think there's anything wrong with you were married to a man, some fucked up things happen on his side. Y'all separated. And then for whatever reasons it was, the children, y'all financial situation, y'all got back together, and now y'all trying to make it work. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And anyone who points and blame, she's so stupid. Let her. It's her life. It's her life. I have a thing where you can tell somebody one time, maybe twice, that you don't agree with their decisions. After that first or second time, and they are aware of how you feel, you don't have to keep bringing it up, because every time you bring it up, it's going to be an argument. Ashley has made her point known to how she feel about it, even though she only feel that way because her mama. Ashley don't need to bring shit up to Robyn no more. Point blank, period. I think something's on my table, and I almost had a heart attack because it's so late, and I'm like, am I going crazy? Anywho, but yeah, she in therapy, and I'm like, well, I don't know if it's working. Because the fact that her therapist can't say what she didn't say, that the feelings I have towards Robyn is really the feelings I have to my mama, and I can't say them to her, or I can't say them to Michael, because Michael won't give me an ultimatum, and she just need to grow up. It is what it is. Gizelle and Karen meet up. It was a quick little scene, Karen said how she forgave Gizelle after she pulled her to the side at the meeting. Gizelle, because Gizelle did say she was wrong for the whole t-shirt situation, you know what I'm saying? But she said, I thought it was funny. You called a press conference. I thought the press conference was a joke. So I made a shirt that was a joke. I didn't mean anything by it. It was just joke. Karen, you need to grow up. You know what I'm saying? What you did was malicious. It was gutterball trash. I don't think it was malicious gutterball trash. I think it was real petty. It was real petty and childish. But I'm like, girl, whatever. Who cares? But Gizelle said, I was going to only charge the back of the shirt if she kept lying about it, which is still petty. So, the whole conversation, the whole attitude, the whole thing of, I'm so mad. I can't believe this. I can't believe that. You know what I'm saying? We have to have a whole meeting and meet up. Girl, back. Y'all both was over. Gizelle was saying how she wants to have her friend back. Okay. Karen saying how, she forgave her anyway. Okay. Girl, look. Y'all both too old to be doing that. Karen definitely too goddamn old to be girl. Next. But Gizelle, they make up. They do. And Gizelle does invite her to her book announcement brunch at her house or whatever. Chris and Monique meet with their pastor, and she admits that, well, she not admits, but she talks about the fact that they recently suffered a miscarriage. They say how he was so happy, that she was so happy when they found out they were going to be having another baby, and then she lost it. So for them it was hard for them both, and she said that's why she's been keeping herself so busy. Hence I say, we know that she's been so busy, but I feel like Monique kind of did the same stuff last season, so I'm gonna lay off that situation, because that is tough. It's very sad for anyone to have a miscarriage and lose a baby. But I see Chris says how I feel like people have breakdowns or whatever, or they mourn, they cry really bad. He said for me it was awkward because, not, he said it was weird because Monique never broke down. You know, she never had that breakdown crying moment. She kind of just kept moving as if nothing ever happened. There's something in that. I don't know if it's that she does not want to stop because it's too painful, or if she's always on autopilot. No matter what the situation may be, she's on some kind of autopilot. But you know what I'm saying? It's a sad situation overall, so we're going to move on from that. Gizelle have this little party at her house or whatever for the book launch. You know, she told, well, the book being published or whatever. She told everybody to come dressed in their Sunday's best, since she was former first lady, and she is trying to, I guess, put that as probably the name of the book. Karen came dressed as a goddamn groupie who was going to a dang on T.I. show and was going to be backstage. I'm like, girl, you did not wear that to Sunday. You don't wear that to church at all. It was a little move, some dress. I'm like, Karen, sit your old... Karen has a great shape. I'm not saying that she's old, like she can't dress like that because she's old. Well, yeah, I am. I think that dress was just not age appropriate, even though she has a good body. I don't know. I was like, Karen, girl, what is you wearing? But Karen been dressing differently this season. You know, she been wearing them damn jumpsuits with them big ass belts and stuff. I think she's trying to be a race car driver. I'm not sure. It's just been kind of awkward. So, but everybody else is in their Sunday's best, and you know, it is what it is. Gizelle does let them know that she's writing a book. She says how it's going to be loosely based on her. She gave, I think she read like maybe the first paragraph or the first chapter to them. Gizelle did not seem that good of a reader, but I am aware that when you're reading in front of people, the group of people, sometimes you can get very nervous and you just kind of mess up. So I don't think it's a thing that she's not a good speaker in public, but I think she got nervous reading out loud, and you can tell by how she was talking. But all the ladies were intrigued, you know, from the book. You know, they can't wait to read it. But Karen, this is like, right now it's your life. Like, you need to make it more fictional to, you know, not have it be just about you. And I agree, you can't have it be, you can't just change names. You can't, because if you just change names, but you leave the situations exactly the same, people will figure out who's who, and then it's a whole thing about slander and allegedly who did this and who did what to who, and it not being a reliable source. So yeah. Gizelle then brings up how, you know, that group has not been having fun recently, simply because it's been a lot of beef and a lot of conflicts. So they handle kind of Robyn and Ashley's situation first. You know, Robyn like, I'm good, I don't talk about it, it's fine, I'm straight. You know, Ashley like, well, you know, my mom, and this is issue with my mom, and you know what she been doing, this guy or whatever. And then she goes to, I just don't think someone should stay with somebody just for the kids. Again, Ashley needs to leave this point alone. You can't be bring your mom's situation to everyone else's situation. It's not the same thing. And you know what I'm saying, I felt like it's Robyn's situation at home should not be Ashley's concern at this point, because you see, Robyn don't want you to give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Robyn don't care about your opinion, so you can't make that your concern, because when you keep making it your concern, you are the person that keep poking the bear. You know what I'm saying? You keep poking the bear, because she keep telling you to leave her the fuck alone. She keep telling you to stop talking about it. She keeps saying leave her family alone, but you keep poking the damn bear. So, you know, I mean, it's just crazy. So, and then at one point, Ash like, well, you know, two people at this table have told me that you have ill feelings towards me. And Robyn says, bitch, I do. Why would I be your friend and you keep speaking on my family and I keep telling you not to? And my thing is, Robyn's absolutely right. I don't have to like you, bitch, because you keep talking, you keep doing what I keep asking you to not do. And you think because you have an opinion that you have to consistently give it, and then I have to like it. And that ain't how this goes. It's not how this works. It's not how any of this works. So, you know, I'm like, you need to let it go. Even Sharice say, well, look, she's living her life. So at some point after, you have to let it go. And she said, you know, I know y'all right. I'm in therapy. I'm trying to... she said she's trying to... Kate Middleton is in early labor with that baby. Because I'm like, what? I seen Royal something. I'm like, what? Kate Middleton, the Prince William's wife, is in labor over there in England. or London, whichever one. I don't know. It's 3:50 in the morning. Anyway, so, you know, Ashley does say, like, she's in therapy now, trying to fix it. She knows that she just has some issues that she needs to handle. Cool. Monique and Robyn. Monique still saying how she don't like, because Robyn said twice that she didn't pay people to kind of be in her circle. Monique, get over it. You know what I'm saying? She said, I'll go from 0 to 100 real quick. Even Robyn said, I didn't mean for it to get to where it was. You know what I'm saying? You literally went from 0 to 100 real quick or whatever. And Monique said, yep, I can do that, because that's the second time you didn't mention me, you know, spending how I spend my money. Who cares? Okay, who cares? So they do suggest, you know, how about instead of if you know you go from 0 to 100 real quick, why don't you try to go from 0 to 50 versus going from 0 to 100? And I like how they were able to admit their faults, say what they need to work on. That was cool. You know, we even see how Ashley and Robyn come to a common ground. Ashley saying, you know, Ashley saying to, like, I don't want conflict with you. And if I've done that, if I've made you feel that way, I apologize. So overall, it was a great moment. Let's see how long it lasts. So the last scene was basically Ashley talking to her mom. And for me, I thought this was just tough. Simply because Ashley is asking her mother to part with someone who's been in her life for 15 years. The same way Michael is asking Ashley to cut her mom off, who she's been with her whole life. So either way it go, someone is asking someone to cut someone out their life that has been in their life for so long. So the same way that Ashley feels like it's so hard for me to tell my mom, to have this conversation with my mom, it's probably just as hard for your mom to have that conversation with that man. Because again, it's just a difficult situation. And if your mom been with him for 15 years and he ain't been shit for 15 years, for whatever reason, she is stuck in that dumbness of that 15-year relationship. But I felt there's ways that you can talk to her without giving her an ultimatum as well. Because if she's endured him for 15 years, he ain't going nowhere. As fucked up as that sound, and as much as you want her to not be in that situation, for some reason she's content in that situation. And that's hard, because as a child and you watch your parent, what you feel like your parent is suffering, you want them to no longer suffer. But it's a way to approach it. You know what I'm saying? You can't want them to cut something off cold turkey. You can just kind of consistently be involved so they're aware of the dysfunction, and maybe little by little let them see it for themselves and let them get out of it. Because it's the same thing if a kid is being told, don't touch that, don't touch that, they're gonna keep touching it. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. It's an adult way to do things. You know, asking how, you know, Michael is just saying how he feels like I put you first. And her mom was like, how you, I'm like, God damn, mama. What does he mean by that? Is it that you talk to me too much? Is it that you support me too much? Is that, you know, all these things? And she said, you know, we feel like we are taking care of a man who you won't leave alone and who don't do nothing. And you know what I'm saying? She's like, he's sapping all the life out of you every day. You know, it's hard for me to see someone take life from you when you gave me life. And I completely get it. I completely get it. But you can see her mama ain't trying to let that man go for some reason, and it has to be so tough, because she probably feel like she deserved better, and she's probably just scared to move forward on her own. Because at one point she said, you don't understand, you know what I'm saying, there's no one else here with me but him. I'm like, man, look, her mom at one point even said, you know, she said, he is, you know, he's a horrible person, you know, when I lived, they would cuss me out all the time. And the mama said, you know what I'm saying, he isn't all bad, you know what I'm saying, he's changed, you know, life is about change, and I can't say that I'm going to get up and go tomorrow and do all these things and just change or whatever, you know, change takes time. Because Ashley kept on saying, it's been 15 years, well, if he was fucked up the first year, and if he just is fucked up the 15th year, and she ain't left yet, it's so sad, but it's like, that's all she know. You know what I'm saying? And that's the bad part. That's all she know. And sometimes you ragging on someone, giving them all the negatives, does not help them see the negative. Because at this point, they're in defense mode. They're in defense mode because you're talking about them. So they don't even really hear what you're saying because they're offended at what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? They're defensive about what you're saying. I think Abby needs to approach it differently and not be talk about it in such a hostile way to where her mother can really hear her, so that she can hear, Mama, I'm not trying to get you hurt or whatever. I want you to be happy, and he ain't making you happy. Like, he ain't doing it for you. But it's like, how we don't know what's really going on, and that's also hard as well. But you know what I'm saying, she gives him out. She's like, when she met him, he lived in a tent, and if I wasn't here, she'll be with him living in a tent. Well, clearly your mama makes some bad decisions, and I mean, she like who she like, which is crazy. But you have to let her live her life, and I know that's because that's her mama, and I wouldn't leave my mama in no damn tent either. However, I would not be having the same conversation with my mom about some man 15 years later. I would not, because at some point, that's her life, and I have to let her live it. And even if that includes me not helping her financially. Because if I don't help her financially, she gonna have to do something. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's just very, very, very tough. You know, she gave her mom like some paperwork to do, like a checklist to help her kind of get her life back on track or whatever. I don't know what that means. Because I'm like, if you want her to leave him, ain't that the issue? Like, I'm like, it's just too much. It's just too much going on. You know, she does ask her mom in the end, like, you know, do you plan on leaving him? Her mom could not say yes. Her mom just said, like, you know, it's going to take me some time. But she wouldn't say, yes, I'm going to get rid of him. And that's why I'm like, it's hard for everyone. The same way you ask your mom to let that man go, it's the same way that Michael is asking you to let her go. So it's tough on you. It's tough on Michael. It's tough on your mama. And whoever that man is, I don't know if it's tough on him or not. I don't know. So, you know, they showed the mama walking away, and she kind of like, you can hear that she's like sad and crying. I don't like this kind of stuff, because I feel like she feels like she's being put on the spot to make a decision and leave this man alone, who for whatever reason she wants to be with. And for her, she can't figure out what her life would be without him in it. And that's tough to think about. So anyway, that's how the episode went off. Put your comments below. It is 4 a.m. on the nose. I am going to bed. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Corner. Peace.